I've been thinking about my identity and about first-generation children of immigrant parents who never quite know where we belong. I've been thinking about the canyon we straddle with both feet, but we're told to walk both sides, hold our heads high, and stay strong. We remain hovering on this swinging bridge between both lands, torn apart by each side's demands. Go back to your country, they yell, yet we win all the spelling bees and surpass all the Goras, but even then, the smell of mustard oil and cloves is enough to put us back on the other side. The Goras call us when they need help getting hundreds on their math tests, but after that we are back on our own, and the fact that we take off school for our own holidays and come back with henna on our hands makes us some kind of exotic animal which they either want to see gone or can't get enough of. So, I learned very early on that being American meant being white. No, I was born in Minnesota, I would insist when people used to question where I was from. I don't know why they didn't believe me, because it's not like there was a language barrier to overcome. I guess no one could fathom that a girl with my skin color could be born and raised here, but then I complicated it again by puffing up my chest and saying, and I'm also Pakistani. Because I was raised to be proud of Pakistan, but I slowly realized that I didn't know Pakistan. I don't know her. I was taught to automatically identify with her, but I only visited when I was a little girl, and I have distinct memories of the cliffs over the ocean and the power going out 5 times a week, causing a commotion, and the whiff of ruafza while eating unwashed fruit called falsa, and my mother reprimanding me in Urdu because 4-year-old me didn't understand that visitors couldn't handle street food. It only emphasized how much my body didn't know Pakistan, how much I didn't know Pakistan. So why is it that us first-generation kids get so chastised for being too westernized? I mean, what did they expect when they made sure our mothers gave birth to us in the land of the white man? We eat hamburgers for school lunches and nihari for dinner, and all the kids in school bring cupcakes for their birthdays, but I go home to a beautiful cake full of almonds and saffron and mango and coconut, which I proudly brought to school to share for my birthday, but the kids took a bite each and threw it all away because it was too foreign for them, along with the gulab jamun and gajar ka halwa and kheer and ras malai and all the various traditional things my mother would send to school with me only to be thrown into the trash. The older I got, the more I realized that cupcakes and chocolate and pizza were for weekdays, and biryani, kofta, and halwa puri were for the weekends, and it was really the people I was around that determined which I would choose over the other. And my mother is one of those women that has assimilated quite well, but she has a foot in both worlds and loves it, yet we still differ in so much. Like her favorite dessert is gulab jamun, but a spoonful of Nutella really does it for me. And my mother would look like a queen in the clothes of Pakistani woman, but when I tried to live my princess dreams, all I felt was itchy. I grew up in the hills and endless plains of Texas, and I learned to love pecans and Dr. Pepper while my mother would be sipping on ruafza mixed with milk. I spent my childhood in the mountains of California, and I grew up listening to Radio Disney while my mother would be humming ghazals as she cooked and cleaned. Ohio was where I developed my first memories watching her plant tulips every spring, and we lived in a little white house with green shutters on something called a cul-de-sac, and I witnessed what it really meant to be snowed in. So clearly my English wasn't as great as it should have been, which pushed me from starting kindergarten to another year back, and it made me so determined to go to school that my mother would speak to me in Urdu and I would reply in English. My mother would speak to me in Urdu and I would reply in English, and now I can't even read, let alone write Urdu, so I guess while I was busy being so proud of my own culture and identity, I slowly let it go. So I realize today that I am an American, and I am also Pakistani. I may have brown skin and my hair may taunt every product I use to try and make it a fraction of what you call straight, but I am still an American. I may not be the incredibly well-groomed and sophisticated woman I'm supposed to be. I mean, I can barely put on shalwar kameez without getting my head stuck, but I'm still Pakistani. I may use spices in my food that my neighbors have never heard of, and I may costume up once a month in a sari, but I'm still an American. I may know the Pledge of Allegiance and can sing the Star-Spangled Banner down to the very last note, but I'm still Pakistani. I would pick maxi dresses and jeans over kurtas and shalwar kameez unless it was my super traditional aunt I was trying to appease who I could never please because I was just never desi enough. There are days when I can't choose between Bollywood and Hollywood, but when America decided that one time they were going to dump all this chai, not tea, not chai tea, chai, into their oceans so that I could call myself an American, but then turned around and dumped drones over Pakistan repeatedly since 2004, they forced me to choose. So I guess I will spend my life swinging on this bridge while never being able to fully step on either side, and I will grasp the rails made of holiday lights and daghas and in both take pride. And I really do think that the bridge is okay because we can stand from above and smile at both lands with loafers on our feet and chewing trailing down our hands. You never have a home. You can never fully call one place home, but isn't there a beauty in walking two worlds alone? Thank you.